Seasonably cool weather and lingering high pressure has so far graced the Midwest, providing our team with an incredible flurry of success to ring in the month of October. Finally getting the right wind, Kaleb Greiner heads to a new stand he hung during the summer months, testing his access, hoping to cash in on the good conditions.
Well, it's day 2, and Ben and I just got set up in the tree. I've been waiting to sit this stand for a long, long time. It's the same stand that Jacob and I came in and hung not too long ago, but the reason we are here is because I've been getting several pictures of guards daylight right here 20 yards in front of the stand. Hog Jr. has also been here in the past couple weeks. Daylight, so we've got corn out to the west, and it sounded like the other night when I was hunting it was just getting taken out. They were picking it. And my thought process is that these deer are probably just working this trail right here in front of us, coming back into the bedding area. Well, conditions are beautiful. I would pray for this weather in November. Pressure's above 30, temperatures are in the 30s. It's a pretty good recipe for a big buck to come walking by, so hopefully Hog Jr. comes walking by at 20. I think it should be a good morning. We'll see how it goes. Well, I think that's going to wrap it up for the morning hunt. Overall, it was a really good sit. Just a load of does in here, you guys. And come late October and November, this spot is just going to be spicy. But overall, just a really fun morning. I mean, I can't remember the temps being this low in October for quite some time, but as for this Hog Jr. buck, he didn't move down in here until probably that late October, early November season. So with any luck, we'll just put some more cameras out. I just ordered about 10 more cutty backs, those new track cameras, and I'm really pumped. They're remote cell cameras, so they send to your phone, but they don't do the cutty link. They're just individual remote cameras. So just from the movement this morning, barely any of these deer were walking in front of the camera that I have right under the tree this morning. So I'll be back in this farm here next week some point. I think we got a rain coming, some cooler weather on Thursday, so till then, we're signing off.
That evening, 20 miles to the southeast, Mike Reed is back on the river farm.
It's Sunday, October 9th, afternoon, and Ryan and I are down at the River Bottom Farm. Had to get some work done today. Wasn't able to get out here super early. It's a little bit warmer today too, so I figured the deer are going to move a little bit later, but we do still have a west wind, and it's reasonable for early October, so we're set up in the blind and hoping to get a few does down. My primary target out here and for the rest of the season is going to be this buck we call Kelsey that I've been talking about. So you never know. I mean, he's certainly in the area. He's been very active on the farm. He could pop out right here, but I'm not necessarily expecting that. So we're going to try to harvest some does before we get into the pre-rut and rut. We're going to just get quiet and enjoy the afternoon. is. That's number 2. Looked like a good shot. She shouldn't be too far from the first one, so it's 6:45. We have maybe 15 minutes left. Well, overall fun night in the redneck blind. 2 does to go recover, so we're gonna hop out and get these arrows picked up and pick up the blood trail. One of them I saw fall over, and the other one looked like she ran a little bit further past the first one into that grass, so we're gonna get down and get to work.
Three days later, the evening of October 12th marks Owen Reigler's first hunt of the 2022 season.
Well, guys, I had a few people asking where I've been. You know, we got done with the pool business. I was ready to rock and roll. We were all tuned up. And while I try to keep my personal life off this channel, I got something I want to talk about here. Before I tell you that, I'll give you a little backstory. You know, my whole life since I've been 2, 3 years old, my dad started taking me hunting, deer hunting with him, and then we went into coon hunting. We did a bunch of trapping during that time and spearing. It was all about me, you know. He always went all out to show me, you know, how much he loved me and all that kind of stuff. And for as long as I can remember, I've always feared, you know, the day he dies. It's always been something that make me tear up. And, you know, before he ever died or anything, I just tear up even by the thought of it. And September 26th, I got the phone call, guys. It's really messed me up. You know, he passed away suddenly, unexpectedly, so that's where I've been. I've been trying to deal with that, and it's been really, really tough. You guys that have been close with your dads and have gone through this, I feel for you, because while I knew it would be bad, I didn't know it'd be this bad. And you know, I've just been struggling every day with it and just trying to battle. I came back to Iowa thinking, I don't even know if I'm going to go hunting. I didn't have it in my heart. I didn't want to go. You know, there's just a huge void in my soul, it feels like. And you know, I don't know what the season holds, but a lot of people that I've talked to, you know, they just said, you got to get back out there. Your dad would be upset if you weren't hunting. So that's where I'm at. That's why I'm out here today, and I just got to try and get back to it. But it's been really, really tough. I've been fortunate to be so close to him and walk hundreds of miles with him. You know, we started going out west. It started as a graduation present. He took me out there, and we went 10 years in a row. It's some of my fondest memories out there. So it's, I'll be maybe hitting this. I don't know. I'll try and get back to it, guys. But we'll see what happens. I appreciate everybody that's reached out to me, all the Midwest whitetail guys. Thankful to have really good support around me, but anyway, we'll try to keep after it. Well, we're down here to about 15 minutes. We actually saw pretty good movement, actually. I think we've seen 8 different does and 1 smaller buck, so we didn't see a whole lot for antlered bucks, but I didn't expect a lot of movement, so it was all right. It was decent. You know, as we wrap up this hunt, I want to tell you guys about a little story. My dad was down in 2020, and he left a note in the closet where he was staying, a little quote from an Indian chief named Black Elk, and I've never taken that down. And just the other day I took that down and I opened it up, and he had a handwritten message in there to me. So as we wrap this hunt up, I want to leave those words with you guys, or some fine words to live by. So we'll see you guys on the next one.
The one who walks slow into the woods will see much, from the mouse to the bear, and his spirit will be at peace. Owen, we love you, brother. The following day, windy conditions greet Iowa, and with a new shipment of Cuddyback Trax cameras, Kaleb Greiner slips into the property he calls Steve's. Using the noise cover to his advantage, he hopes to get more intel on the buck he calls Hog Jr. That same day, 125 miles to the southwest of Kaleb, Owen Reigler is making his first move on the wide 9.
You guys are gonna laugh at this, but every time truck buck starts rubbing the tree when I'm going hunting, I see a shooter. It happens every time. I seen just a minute ago he was getting pretty rambunctious on that tree, so we'll see. I'm telling you, it happens every time. See what happens.
Alright guys, October 13th here, about 3:45. We came down to this redneck blind here because it's really windy today. It's gusting 35 to 40. So, you know, shooting in that's going to be tough, and plus you got the swirling wind. So this is actually a little bit out of the wind down here. We've got a pretty good sized hill right there, but I'm not sure how bad it'll swirl, but we'll find out. We're after that buck I call the wide 9. He's the buck we filmed out of this very blind. Joe and I did. This was standing beans right here. And we filmed him back in 2019, I think. And then last year we had him out in front of us when we had, I had Grandpa's gun with me. But other than that, I mean, I haven't in 3 years, I just had those couple encounters with him, so. Got corn on both sides of us in this mowed road right here, trying to get him to walk that road. I used to have the blind set up on the edge right there, but what I noticed is some of the older bucks would circle around behind it between the blind, and we've got a creek right here behind us. So I moved it back to the edge of this creek, trying to get them to walk that trail more, be more at ease. They were back off the edge a little, so we'll see if it comes into play. But we got about 3 hours, 3.5 hours to set in here, so we'll see how it goes. There it comes, right there on that edge of the corn. Oh yeah. That's the one we've been looking for right there. Yes, sir. Come right down that edge. Starting to breathe hard already. That wasn't what we wanted. I don't know what that was about either. Boy, he looked pretty good. Looks like 2 or 3 deer out down there at the end now. I'm still shaking. That second time he came out, I thought for sure we're gonna get a shot at him. He was marching for us. Ended up bumping those does around. And then he just worked off. I never did see where he went, but I guess he went back the way he came from again. Man, what a hunt. We got about 15-20 minutes left, so if anything else happens, we'll bring it to you. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow.
Following Owen's first encounter with the wide 9, October 14th brings very similar conditions as the day before. With wind and spotty showers back in eastern Iowa, Kaleb Greiner shifts gears from Hog Jr., moving to a nearby permission farm with one goal in mind: scout for his girlfriend Casey Murray, who will be hunting the upcoming early muzzleloader season in Iowa. While Kaleb scans the recently picked cornfield, 125 miles to the southwest, Owen Reigler is taking another shot at the wide 9.
All right, here it is, October 14th, I think, today. We came back to the same spot, this redneck blind. We've got similar conditions as yesterday, and I believe that wide 9 was bedded in that draw, is what I'm thinking. With the same wind direction, with any luck, he's bedded there again. Thing is, we've got even higher wind gusts today. It's gusting up to like 40, 45. There's an advisory, so yeah, we could get some swirling winds. I'm a little worried about that. You know, I don't know, we'll see, but there was 2 deer already moving when we got here. There was 2 deer in both does in that corn right there, but feels like the deer ought to move pretty good this evening. This rain's supposed to quit. I mean, it's just drizzling rain right now. That's supposed to lay down here in the next 45 minutes to an hour. So if that happens and this wind dies down, I think we'll have a pretty good set. It's chilly. It's like 49 right now, and it's dropping down into the high 30s by dark. So they ought to move pretty good. We'll sit in here and see how it goes. You got some over in the corn here too. Where'd they come from?
With wildlife loading up the field in front of him, Owen watches the draw, waiting for a giant to peek around the corner. 405 miles to the north of Owen, team member Rick Vergin is enjoying a much different version of the front in central Wisconsin.
Welcome to Midwest Whitetail. It is the evening of October 14th, and I am in a blind we call the swamp blind. The reason I'm here is I'm after a buck called Nip, who we had around a lot last year and has been showing up this year, and he's a real nice deer. I had him down on the pond about a week ago. He was coming in, heading right for the pond, was about 75 yards out, and I thought it was going to happen. The reason that I'm in the swamp blind is we've had Nip on trail camera here. He was here last night. So I'm sitting on the corner of the red pines. The red pines are surrounded by soybeans that we left standing, and then have planted a food plot of brassicas out front of each of our blinds. So we've got some green food and some soybeans and that kind of stuff for them to eat on. So it's kind of cold and windy tonight. That's part of the reason why I'm out, is because we're having a cold snap today and gonna last through the weekend. So I'm out here in hopes of getting Nip, and hopefully he comes by like he did last night, and we're able to get the job done. It's a buck we call Nip. I think I put a pretty good hit on him. Well, it's been about 4 hours since I made the shot on Nip. We're just outside the blind. We're gonna go so we can find my arrow because it came out. We saw where he went in the woods, so we'll try to pick up some blood there and then go from there and see what we can find. Right there. And there's a big white belly. See it? That is a big fat buck. Look at the neck on that thing. Well, this is the buck we call Nip. And we watched him all last year. He busted a lot of stuff off last year. He busted his main beam off there, busted this brow tine off, and he just really grew this year. Was hoping that we'd get a shot at him. He's the #1 buck on our hit list. Really happy with this deer though. That's great to get him on the ground.
Every time truck buck starts rubbing the tree when I'm going hunting, I see a shooter. It happens every time.
Oh my word. That second time he came out, I thought for sure we were gonna get a shot at him. He was marching for us. Talk about intense. I'm still shaking.
Just a load of does in here, you guys. But overall, just a really fun morning. I mean, I can't remember the temps being this low in October for quite some time, but I think we got a rain coming, some cooler weather on Thursday, so.
Was hoping that we'd get a shot at him. He's the #1 buck on our hit list. Really happy with this deer though. That's great to get him on the ground.
Rarely have we seen the first half of the month produce as much consistent action as this season. More often than not, we navigate the first few weeks at a slow and gradual pace, occasionally mixing in calculated shots when it makes sense. As the mercury rides high and the temps hang low, we can count on increased daylight activity from the bucks we are hunting. These small windows of opportunity only matter if hunting in the right spot, and Rick's evening illustrated this perfectly. Keying in on the best food source tight to the buck's core gave him the chance, and after a perfectly placed arrow, the story of Nip ended. Owen Reigler's decision to hunt the redneck blind tucked out of the swirling winds yielded a standoff that ended mere yards away from a bow shot on the wide 9, refueling his tank for the chase ahead. Kaleb Greiner's scouting mission paid off big, encountering his first mature buck of the season, overlooking the freshly picked cornfield. With a tag in her pocket and Iowa's early muzzleloader season knocking on the doorstep, Casey Murray knows exactly where she wants to spend opening day. The rest of our team sticks to the edges, waiting for the signal to make a move of their own. Though the cooler temperatures have given us the feeling of the upcoming rut, these early acts are just a tease. This is still October, and no matter how much we wish we were already there, our best days remain ahead of us. Soon enough, bucks will begin making their rounds, shifting focus from hoarding calories to monitoring local does as their testosterone rises. Restless, we look forward, ready to hit full stride. Only 2 weeks separate us between when the calendar page flips and we are once again chasing November.